getting ready for winter. So that's going to be a new experience for you as well.
Yeah, the winters are not pleasant here. It does drop down pretty cold, and whenever it does, it's pretty biting given the humidity.
Yeah. But hey, you know what? You're doing such fantastic work there that you're going to be busy, my friend. You won't have enough time to feel the chill, you know?
Oh, yeah, man. We're rocking. We already scheduled. We're doing a home Bible study. We're opening up our home, my wife and I. We're going to have some teens over. We're calling it Teen Nachos, New Apologetics Catholic House of Studies. And with nachos as the centerpiece there, snack. So we're going to have some teens coming over. We're also doing an adult group, Nacho Supreme.
Yeah, you got to trademark the nacho thing. That's awesome.
That's it, bro. Nacho Supreme.
A day with Bishop Sheen. Sign up at vmpr.org.
Because, man, we're getting bombarded by this woke moralism. And you really do unmask it in the book.
Yeah, I'm trying to take the mask off, peek behind the veil to see exactly what is meant by the modern moralism, and the various commands that make up that modern moralism, and unspinning the modern spin, trying to figure out what's actually going on, what's behind the mask, to give us a steady target that we can shoot our arrows at, right, and analyze and think through. Because we stand on shifting sands within our modern culture concerning terminology. So the command, thou shalt not be a white supremacist. What do you mean by that? What do you think white supremacy is? Well, it turns out in modern culture and woke culture, that means affirming objective truth, affirming objectivity. Well, that's not something I can get on board with. What do you mean by thou shalt not impose? Well, when you unspin the modern spin, what you figure out is that what they mean is you can't persuade others to believe what you believe. Well, I can't get on board with that. And so one of them that I think we're going to talk about here today, Gary, is thou shalt not be intolerant. Yet again, we have to ask what is meant by tolerance. You're telling me I cannot be intolerant. So the implication is you must be tolerant. But what do you mean by tolerant or tolerance? And so that's the chapter we're going to look at today. We're going to unspin that modern spin, take the mask off, see what is actually meant by that command, and ask the question, which is relative to the thesis of the book, does it involve a form of relativism? And thereby substantiating the thesis of the book that relativism is not dead, that relativism is alive. And what's new about it is that it's just lurking behind the mask of the absolute verbiage of the modern woke command, thou shalt not be intolerant.
That's an important point to realize because, those thou shalt nots, most people at first blush would say, oh, yeah, well, that's obvious. I mean, I'm not a white supremacist. Why should I'm right. Certainly, I could sign on to that. But then there's the bait and switch. Right. Where there's a lot of things smuggled in under there. So if you're not aware of what's going to happen, I think a lot of people could get duped.
Yeah, and begin embodying the relativistic thinking, because at first blush, you're not going to be cautious about the mental framework that woke command is embodying. But as you begin to hear the narrative and the drip, the water's dripping over and over again, the mind's eventually going to discover that what is meant by white supremacy is affirming objectivity. As you're going through critical race theory, for example, and that, to say there is objectivity, that's the essence of white supremacy. Well, eventually you're going to unconsciously think, okay, well, I don't want to be a white supremacist, and I'm being taught in a subtle way that to affirm objectivity is white supremacy. And so therefore I need to object of objectivity. So the moment I'm presented with objectivity or of affirming a single truth, I'm already trained to begin thinking, oh, that's white supremacy. I can't do that. So now I'm a relativist, right? And so you eat that nice piece of cake, right? But that poison's stuck right in the middle and you're not seeing it initially. And once you swallow it, you realize it's too late.